How's it going, guys? It's Wazza255 for Blood Rose Allegiance. So the items needed for this one is food. So this one scales to your HP. So if you're a lower level, wines are very optimal here. If you have higher hit points, such as myself, you want to bring something like sharks. You also need warm clothing. I have a guide on how to get warm clothing, so I've got the Clue Hunter outfit. You'll also need an axe, a tinderbox or broomer torch, a knife if you're doing the fletching method, a hammer, and your best teleport to Wintertodt, or you can just walk there as well. It's really up to you, whatever's easiest to get you there. In regards to the warm clothing, I'll leave a link in the comments or in the description of the video so that you guys can view that. So a couple of ways to get to Wintertodt. So the easiest ones would be the games necklace to start with. So you can see it there. You can also use the fairy ring CIS over here, but be aware you do have to unlock that one. You can also use the Arceus Library teleport there. And then you have the Karen and Xeric's Talisman teleport, and then you would just walk all the way up here. If it's your first time in Karen, you would have to go from Port Sarum and walk this whole way through Karen and then up towards Winter. Hopefully that makes sense. So when ready, you can enter through the Doors of Din, and this area acts as a safe spot, so you don't have to worry about taking damage, and you can also wait for the next round to start. It also has supplies, so you have the hammer, the concoction, the axe, tinderbox, concoction again, and a knife. The concoction potion is used to revive the pyromancer. So on screen I've left a key to what the HUD does. So the unlit fire means the brazier has not been lit. The lit fire means the brazier has been lit. The crafting icon means the brazier has been damaged and needs to be repaired. And the red magic hat just means that the pyromancer has been downed and he needs to be healed. So on screen now is the roll drop table. So as you can see underneath it as well, there's the point system. So for example, if you get 505 points, you get 2 rolls with a 1% chance of having an extra roll. So having 2 rolls means you have 2 chances of getting the most expensive item, all the way down to the least expensive, which is the pyromancer outfit, and the dragon axe being the most expensive. So when you join a Wintertodt world, you'll find that you usually end up with about 750 points if you're doing the fletching method. You might just scrape it in. It's really dependent on how fast the minigame is going, so how fast the health is depleting. So kind of just aim for two rolls on the drop table with the 50% chance, which is the 750 points. Obviously, if you can get more, try to do so. Some people might just be in it for the XP. That's fine as well. If you're in it for XP, then just putting the logs in the brazier is the easier way to do it. That gives you 10 points per log. If you find that you get 4 rolls, you're probably in a bakery. So when you're ready, set your inventory up something like mine. So I've got the axe, the knife, the hammer, and I've got 5 sharks, which I find is the most optimal. If you've got a dragon axe, or in my case an infernal, use the spec for it, and then stand at the brazier to start the minigame. So spam click it and you'll get the first 25 points. You'll also be damaged by the brazier usually. You'll notice a few people got hit there. And then you just want to stand on this marked tile and then start cutting the broomer roots here. So keep going until your inventory's full. And just keep an eye on Wintertodd's energy as well. You'll notice it just up the top left here, as well as the HUD that I explained. You want to get your points in before that energy reaches 0. So when standing here chopping the broomer roots, you won't actually be interrupted while woodcutting. However, when you're fletching, like I will be starting now, you can be interrupted by it. A good thing to do is check your HP, so you'll notice there I got hit. When you get hit is when you'll be interrupted. Down in that left hand corner as well, if you have the RuneLight plugin, it'll tell you when you're idle, and it'll also tell you how many points you have in your inventory. So in brackets, I've got 500 if I fletch. If not, I have a little bit less because I have the logs. So it calculates how much each one does. So the kindling is 25 and the logs are 10. So with my setup, you're guaranteed to get the first crate. So with the 5 sharks and the 3 tools, so the knife, the hammer, and the broomer torch. So when done, just run over to this side. You'll notice that the brazier broke there, so that's what the hammer's for, and you'll get some points for fixing that, and then you've got to light it again, so you also get 25 points for that as well. And you get construction XP as well. You notice there was white particles there before the big lump of snow fell on top of the other teammates there. So when you see that, just move out of the direction of it. It's pretty easy to see where it'll fall once you get the hang of it. And you just want to rinse and repeat from here. So same deal as fletching. If you get hit while standing at the brazier, so either the brazier breaks or you get hit by the snow that's about to fall on the pyromancer, it will stop your actions. So if you're going for the 750 points like what I do that first inventory, and then I look to see how much more I need, which is the amount I have, and then I'll just fletch them and move as close to the brazier as I can without being pressed against it, because if it breaks, I'll sustain damage. So you'll notice there that the brazier did break, and I sustained the damage for it. So once done, you can choose to keep cutting logs and gain more XP, or if you're low on HP, you can go into the waiting area, which is near the front. So you'll notice there I'm rewarded with the supply crate, and I got 750 points. I was a little bit under the threshold for the third, and I was unsuccessful for the roll this time round. So I'll show you how to revive the Pyromancer. So once again, these are all the items. You just want to grab one of the concoction potions. And you'll also notice that I can't pick up another axe if I already have one. So once you've got the concoction potion, you want to run either to the east or western sides. And you want to pick one of these just over here, but you can't do it when the round hasn't started. So when the round does start, you can light the brazier, run to whatever side the herb is on for you, and avoid the snow. As you can see there, it falls, and just mix the herb with the potion. So whenever the pyromancer goes down, you're able to heal him. So when a round finishes, you've still got that intermission timer. So in my case, I've left it a little bit late here. You probably will get a little bit more time than what I have. If you're going the method that I'm going, I restock the 5 bits of food that I've gotten rid of. So I'll do that, and then I'll usually take an extra bit of food to heal my HP back up to full. So in this case, it was a lobster. I was already at full HP, but you get the idea. And then I'll position myself in the same way that I was in the previous round. So that's right in front of the brazier, waiting to light it. And that'll give me the first additional 25 points. Rinse and repeat. So when a round ends, if you find that you have a lot of food and you'd prefer to do agility training and you'll have enough food for the next round, what you can do is you can make your way all the way to the end down here. And there's a place to just train agility. You'll see this guy just here doing it already. And you can just click back and forth. So that's another thing you can do between games. Once again, it's up to you. Personally, I like restocking my food and just going with the 5 sharks and then going back into the minigame. So this is what the full Pyromancer outfit looks like. So when worn, you'll get the effect of being warm, which will help in the minigame. A good thing to note as well, this area that I'm currently standing in, if you were trying to get points and not die, so if you've run out of food, this is a good safe spot to stand. Unfortunately, you can't fletch in this spot, so don't try and think about it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If there's any other guys you would like to see, please leave them in the comments below.